ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 77, Verse number 1. In the previous chapter we studied the war, the fight between Salva, his army, and Yadavas. Salva has attacked Dwarka, destroyed the outskirts of the city, the gardens, houses, palaces, gates. So then the Pandavas, the Yadavas, they came and they countered him. And specifically there was description of how Pradyumna, he fought with Salva, but then there was a fight between him and Dyuman, the army general of Salva, and Dyuman hit Pradyumna with a club on his chest, became unconscious, and the charioteer brought him out from the battlefield. When he came to consciousness, he was not very happy, and he rebuked the charioteer that why did you do that? It's a big insult for me, and what will I tell to Krishna and Balram? And my sister-in-laws will make fun of me. So now he describes how he goes back to fight. Sri Shuka Uvacha, Sri Sukadeva Goswami continues to describe Satop Sprishya Salilam Damshito Dhrit Karmukaha Nemam Dyumataha Parshvam Virasya Ityaha Sarathim. So he did Achmana to purify himself, and then he put on his armor and held the bow in his hand. Then he told the driver that take me to the place where the heroic Dyuman is there so that I can fight with him. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti gives the summary of this chapter. Sapta sapte tami saptati tame haris indraprastato nijpurim samvipetya salvamatta bahumaya marindrak Sobhashaktam Arinaiva Jaghana. So this 77th chapter describes how Sri Krishna, he returned from Indraprastha to Dwarka, and then he fought with Shalva and his friends or his followers and killed them. And then he also destroyed this airship along with Shalva. So this will be described here. Satuiti Sutena Sarathya Dharma Savdhanena Tathakritam. So Sarathi, the driver, he has brought him outside the battlefield because that was his duty. Sapradyumnastu Kshatra Dharma Pravina. But Pradyumna, he was a Kshatriya and he knew the duties of a Kshatriya. So therefore Ranavichyuti Roop Pratyaya Vaya Pariharartham Salim Lam Upsprishya Damsita Dhrit Kavacha. So he did Achmana to purify himself because he considered that leaving the battlefield and coming here is like giving up my dharma, and this has brought impurity in him. So that's what he did, and then he told him to take him back after he has put on his armor, taken the bow. Vidhamantam svasanyani dyumantam rukmani sutaha pratihatya pratividhyan arachayashtabhismayan. So when he came, he saw that Shalva was demolishing the army of Yadavas. Seeing this, Pradyumna, the son of Rukmani, he confronted him, the Shalva, and he struck him with 8 narachas, which are type of arrows, while smiling. So pratihatya rere yavat samarthyam prahare ityuktva tadastra ghata anantram tasmai pratyastra ghatam samarpyatyartha. So he confronted him by saying that, O Shalva, you are a big hero, now you can strike me as much as you like. And then when Dyuman, he attacked him, Pradyumna countered his weapons and then hit him with 8 arrows. Narachaihi Sarai, the word Naracha refers to a type of arrow. Chaturbhis Chaturo Vahan Sutam Ekena Chahanat Dvyabhyam Dhanuscha Ketum Cha Sharenanyena Vaishiraha. So he also hit the 4 horses of his chariot with 4 arrows, and he hit 1 arrow to the driver, and with one arrow each he broke his bow and the flag on top. And Sarena Anyena Vaishira, and with another arrow he cut off his head. So he simultaneously demolished one after another. Ashtanam Viniyogamaha Chaturbi. So he is explaining how he has hit him with 8 arrows. So he is give the description of these 8. So 4 for the horses, 1 for the driver, 1 for flag, 1 for the bow, 1 for his head. So this is how the 8 were. Gada Satyaki Sambadya Jagnu Saubhapatir Balam Petu Samudra Saubheya Sarve Chanchinna Kandraha. So at the same time, Gada, Satyaki, Samba and other Yadavas, they were destroying the army of Shalva, and their army men, they were falling down into the ocean because they were up in the air. Sarve Chanchinna Kandhara. So their heads were falling off and they were falling into the ocean, becoming the feast for the aquatics, right? They must have had a nice feast. Big fish, a lot of blood coming out. Evam yadunam shalvanam nighnatam itaraitaram yuddham trinavaratram tadabhutamla ulbanam. So in this way, the battle between Yadavas and Shalva, it went on for 27 days. So both sides were attacking each other, and it was a very fierce fight. Tadabhut tumulam ulvanam. There was a lot of tumultuous sound, fighting, killing. So it went on for 27 days. Trayanam Navratranam Samaharas Trinavratram. So Trinavratram means 3 into 9, 27. Saptavimsti Ahoratrani Vyapya. So it looks like that they continued fighting non-stop. Maybe they were taking break in rounds. Some will go and eat and come back, others will be fighting. But it says Ahoratram, means continuous fighting. So much enthusiasm. Indraprastham Gataha Krishna Ahuto Dharma Sununa Rajasuyath Nirvitte Shishupalecha Samstha. So he is reminding, we already studied that Krishna was invited by Yudhishthira Maharaj to Indraprastha to take part in the Rajasuya. So he was there, and now the Rajasuya sacrifice was completed, and Shishupal was also killed. Kuruvriddhanu Nogapya Munischa Sasutam Pritham Nimittani Ati Ghorani Pashyan Dwara Dwaravatim Yayo. So then Krishna started seeing some bad omens. So he took permission from the senior members of the Kaurava family, all the sages, and also the 5 Pandava brothers. And then he went back to Dwarka. So he realized that something is not well in Dwarka, he must go back, because he stayed few months there now. Ahachaham ihayata arya mishra visangataha rajanyaschaddya pakshiya nunam hanyu purim mama. So he was thinking within himself that I have come here along with Arya Mishra. So Arya Mishra refers to Balram, but Balram did not come with him. So somehow it says like that. And he thought that it is possible that the supporters of Shishupal, his friends, they are attacking my city, Dwarka, to take revenge, because obviously he stayed few months, so the news obviously went back that Shishupal has been killed. If it was just few days, then it won't happen, because by the time the news comes, they are not immediately going to attack. People prepare for the war. But he's been there for months. So therefore he says, Rajanyas Chadya Pakshiya Nunam Hanyu Purim Mama. That the kings who are friendly with Shishupal, they must be attacking the city. So therefore he hurried back to his place. Aha Chaiti Swagatam. So where it says Aha, he said, this was only within his mind. He was not speaking externally. Aryaha Shri Balbhadra. Arya refers to Balram. Saiva Mishraha Pujya. And he is worshipable. So it's interesting that the word Mishra also means worshipable or honorable, because this is also the gotra of many Brahmanas in India. Tena visangata iti na shukmatam. He says this is not Shukdev's opinion. Kintu parmatam eva uktam, but he is only speaking of others' opinion, which I don't understand what was the need, because the speaker is Shukdev himself. Tathaiva uparistad vyakhyaasya manatvat. He says this will be explained further down, because there are many other slokas where also he says, there he himself says that this is how some people speak. So then only you understand that it was not Sukadev's view. Nunam vadanti rajan.
But multiple times I observe Vishwanath, even in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or Ujjwal Nilamani, he will say this is not Rupa's Mata, this is Paramata. Here in the case he'll say it's not Shukamata. So it is difficult for me, because especially with Rupa or even here with Shukamuni, it is their own sentences, their own writing. So I don't know.
Yeah, but here it is clear, because Sukadeva Goswami himself later on he says, Nunam vadanti rajarse, kechan nanu anvita. That sloka will come later on. I think somewhere 27, 28.
So I'm just trying to ask if we see statements like this, then we should try to reconcile with other statements of the author.
Yeah, because you can also have others' opinion. Evam vadanti rajarse rishiha kechan anvita yatsva vacha viruddhita nunam tena smaranti uta. So here Sukadeva Goswami himself says this, that this is how some people talk, and they contradict themselves. So from that it is clear that it is not Sukadeva's opinion.
So supposedly I'm asking, in cases where it is not reconcilable, there are no statements like that, because multiple other times also I see Vishwanath will make statements.
Where
like
else he said?
Even in Ujjwal Nilamani, at least some 15-20 times he'll make statements.
Yeah, but then if he says like this, then you have to see, because sometimes the Purvapaksha also comes.
Okay. So generally we try to reconcile with the other statements in the author.
Yeah, because obviously Balram did not go. That is clear, because we read it earlier that he left Balram to protect the city, and he left. Viksha tad kadanam swanam nirupya parurakshanam Sobham cha Shalvarajam cha Darukam praha Keshavaha. So he has come back to Dwarka, and then he saw that how his own people have been troubled by Shalva, Vikshatat Kadanam Swanam, and Nirupya Purarakshanam. So he appointed Balaram for the protection of the city, and Shobham cha Salvrajam cha Darukam praha Keshava. And then he told Daruka that take my chariot, get my chariot ready. So he also saw Shalva and the plain, how they are fighting. So he spoke to him to bring his chariot. So evam vichintyan evam dvarkam agatya tatra cha Shalva prapitam swanam kadanam viksha. So thinking like that something has gone wrong in Dwarka, he reached Dwarka, and then he saw how the city has been destroyed by Shalva. Puranamantaha purusthanam surukmanadinyam rakshanam nirupya. So he made arrangements for the protection of the queens in the palaces inside quarters. Ta sarva pat mahisi senani dwara gupta margena Dwarka vas madhyam cha praveshyati artha. So all the queens who were also with him, with the help of the army, he sent them inside the Dwarka city with secret paths. Shalvrajam cha vikshe, and he also saw Shalva. And then he spoke, Ratham prapaye me suta salvasya antikam ashuvai sabhramastena kartavyo mayavi shaubharadayam. And then he told to the driver that bring my chariot right in front of Shalva and do not have any hesitance, fear, because this Shalva is Mayavi. He has some magical powers, so he is going to construe certain things. So don't be afraid, just take my chariot there. So he's already warned him. Iti uktaschodayamasa rathamasthaya darukaha vishantam tadrishu sarve swepare charunajun anujam. So when he was ordered like this, he brought the chariot, and then Krishna sat on the chariot and they left for the battlefield. And when he came there, everybody saw that he has arrived. His own people saw him, and the opposite army also saw. So Big Boss is back in command. So tatascha aruna anujam dhvaje pravartmanam Sri Garuna. So this Aruna Anujam refers to Garuda, because Garuda's elder brother was Aruna. There were two brothers. Their mother was Vinata, and Vinata has given birth to two eggs. And from the one egg, after 500 years, nothing came out, so she broke one of them. From that Aruna came. He is the driver of sun god. That's why this dawn is called Aruna. Arunodaya in Sanskrit, it is called Aruna. So that is because he is in front of the chariot, so he comes first. So he is Aruna Anuja Garuda. So means Garuda Dhwaja here. That's what it means. Shalvasya Krishnam alokya hatpraya baleshwaraha praharat Krishna sutaya shaktim bhim ramam mridhe. So Shalva, he saw Krishna, and by now most of his army was already finished. So what he did, that he threw a big Shakti. Shakti is a type of weapon like a missile. These days you throw missiles, so that is called Shakti in Sanskrit. So he threw one at Daruka, and the driver of Krishna, to kill him. So Hatpraya Baleshwara Senanyo Yasya. So Hatpraya Baleshwara means that his army was almost finished. तामापतन्तीं नभसि महोल्कामिव रम्भसा भाष्यन्तीं दिशः शौरी सायकै शतधाच्छिनत्. So when this missile was coming towards Daruka, like a big meteor falling from the sky, because remember they are up in the sky and they are fighting from there. So it came with a great force and it was very effulgent, so throwing light all around. So Sri Krishna shot arrows at it and cut it into 100 pieces. So it was diffused. Tam cha षोडशभिर् विद्ध्वा बाणैः शौभं चखे भ्रमत् अविद्यच्छर संदोहै खम सूर्यैव रश्मिभिः. And then after this what Krishna did, that he shot 16 arrows at Salva and also at the plane which was flying in the sky. And then he shot so many arrows that he cut holes into his plane. And it was just like the sky fills up the sun fills up the sky with his rays. Like that, there were just arrows all around. So many arrows he shot. Kham surya iva iti. Just like the sky is filled with the sunlight. Saubhasya syamatva ritatva abhyam akashena upma. Because his plane was blackish in color, it was also said earlier, and it was empty. So therefore it is given, or it is compared to empty sky. Sharanam asankyatva tapakatva abhyam rasmibhi. And Krishna shot unlimited arrows at it, so they are compared to the rays in the sky. Krishnasya sarvatejah parabhavaktaya suryena. And Krishna, who has all the prowess, he is compared to the sun. Shalvah shaurestu doho savyam shasharangam sharangadhanvanah bibhedane patadhastat sharangamaashit tadbhutam. So when Krishna hit him with 16 arrows, then he countered and he hit arrow on the left hand of Krishna with which he was holding his bow. And when his hand was hit by the arrow, then the saranga bow slipped from Krishna's hand. And this was amazing that he could do this. So Sukadeva Goswami says, Sarangam Nyapatad Hastat, it fell down from his hand. And this was very amazing that he did such a thing. Salve ityadi slokdayam na suk sammatam. So here also says that this sloka and the next one, they are not opinion of Shukdeva. Do savyam, the hand here is the left. Doso napunshakatvam api drishyate. So the word do, dosh, is also masculine and also neutral gender. Savyam viras chinattasya iti raghu kavyat sarang patanam. So there is some statement in Raghu Kavya of Kalidas to show that. Adbhutam tad bhujbalasya parimeyatvat. So why it is amazing act? Because Krishna is unlimitedly powerful and still the bow fell down from his hand. That's why it is so amazing. Haha karo mahanasit bhutanam tatra pashyatam vinadya saubharaduchairidam aha janardanam. And then there was a big hue and cry in the sky because there are many people, devas, who are watching this battle like a match. You go to the stadium and you watch a match like that they were watching. So then Salva, he roared very loud voice to Krishna in the following manner. So this is what he said. Yattvaya mūಢana shakyur bhratur bharya hritekṣatam pramattah sa sabha madhye tvaya vyapadita shakha. Says that, oh you mūಢa, foolish, you kidnapped the wife of my friend and brother Shishupal. Because Rukmani was supposed to be married to Shishupal. So he is calling, he was not married, but he is already calling her as the wife. And then when Shishupal in the assembly of Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was not very attentive, he was just standing and you suddenly killed him. So this is what you have done to my friend. And now I am going to teach you a lesson. Tam tvadya nishitair banair aparajita maninam nayami apunravrittim yadi tishther mamagratah. So Salva very proudly is saying that if you continue to fight with me, if you don't run away out of fear of me, then today I will give you moksha, apunravritti. With my sharp arrows, you who think that no one can defeat you. Aparajita manina. So you think you are aparajita. So today I will make you parajita. This is his challenge to Krishna. So he doesn't know what is coming. So Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. So Krishna, he replied because he is in the battlefield, so he has to give reply to him not only through the arrows but also through the speech. If you say something, then he also comes up. So he says, Vrithatvam kathase manda ne pashyasi antike antakam parusham darsyanti isma shura ne bahubhashini. He says, you foolish person, you are just boasting unnecessarily. He says, you don't see the death standing right next to you. So antike antakam, antike means near and antakam means death. He says, those who are heroic people, they don't talk. They fight. So you're just blabbering unnecessarily. So just wait. Itiktva Bhagavan Chalvam Gadaya Bhima Vegaya Tatada Jatro Samrabdha Sachakam Peva Manshakaha. So after saying this, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he hit him with his club, with a big force. So Krishna, when he fights with club, generally you hold the club in your hand and you fight with it. But Krishna does not fight only like that. He can also throw the club. Because his club is a living being, then he comes back. So the club goes and hits and then comes back to him. Generally, if you throw the club, it is gone. So therefore he hit him on his collarbone in a great anger. And when Salva got hit by it, his body was shaken and he vomited blood. So now he got his match. So, comment by Sri Vishwanath. He mūಢa punaravrittim mrityum nayami prapayami. So this is the statement which he said that I will take you to place from where no one returns. Salva said that. So he says, what is the meaning from Saraswati's point of view? So na bhavati mūఢo yasmat tatha bhuta. Because he was calling Krishna as mūఢa. So he says that there is nobody who is more foolish than you. Or in case of Krishna, it means that by worshipping him, no one remains a fool. Na sakhyu bhratusto patrisvayasya shishupalasya. He says, my friend, who is my brother, because he is a cousin, Shishupal, Ikshmananam asmakascha iti anadra shashti. He says, you took away Rukmani while we were looking. So this shows that you didn't care for us. You are so powerful. Bharya lakshmitvat svasastri hrita grihita. And Bharya, Hita Bharya says that you took away the wife. So your wife is not Shishupal's wife. He says she was your wife and you took her away because she is Lakshmi. Nishitair Banair Aparajitascha Saumani Adar Patrasya Tam. He says that you are Aparajita, no one can defeat you, and you are Mani. So he is breaking the word Aparajita and Mani into that you are Aparajita and you are honorable. And my arrows will not do anything. Apunarabhrittim moksham nayami nayami ityartha. So I will take myself to moksha being hit by your sharp arrows. Yadvana bhavati punravritti sansaro yasmat moksha dainam tvam nayami prapnomi. Or the meaning is that I will reach you, because anyone who reaches you does not come back. Yad gatvana nivartamte tadhama paramam mama. So that is another meaning. Gadayam sannivrittayam salvastatantar dhiyata tato muhurtam agatya purusha shirsa achyutam. So when the club of Krishna came back after doing its job, so then Shalva, he disappeared from there. Now he uses his maya, his illusion. Then after some time, one person came and he bowed down to Krishna and spoke as follows. Paramatamaha gadaya sannivrittayamiti arabhya yavatitha. So now he says that from this sloka onwards up to sloka number 29, this is not the opinion of Sukadeva Goswami. This is all someone else's opinion. So this man came because he has created illusion. So one illusory man came, but he looked real. Like these days you have these robots, so they look real. They talk, they can smile, they have facial expressions, everything. Like AI can talk to you, chatbot. So he says, Devakya prahito asmi iti natva praha vacharudan. These are also AI things, previously also there. And he created one. So one man came and he bowed down to Krishna. He's not a real man, but looks real. And he said that I have been sent by Mother Devaki to you. So he looked like as if he was their servant. And he spoke the following statements while crying. So he was also very emotional. So what did he say? Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Pitate Pitrivatsala Badhva Panitam Shalvena Saunikena Yatha Pashuhu. So this is the message coming from Mother Devaki. Said, O Krishna, O powerful one who has long arms, your father, and she is calling you as Pitrivatsala, you who are very affectionate to your father have been taken away by Shalva as a prisoner, binding him. He took it away, just like a butcher takes an animal for slaughterhouse. So these are the words which he spoke. So naturally he is speaking this to incite emotions in Krishna, that when he hears, then he will be bewildered. Nishamya vipriyam Krishno manushim prakritim gataha vimanasko ghrani snehad bhavase prakrito yatha. After hearing these words, then Krishna, hearing these unpleasant words, Nisamya Vipriyam Krishna, he behaved just like a human being. Just like some human being who has great love for his father and is told that your father has been kidnapped by some mafia people and they are going to kill him. So how will he feel? So like that, he became Vimanaska, he became very disturbed in his mind, and being compassionate on his father, out of affection, he spoke as follows. Katham Ramam asambhrantam jitva jayam surasureihi salvena alpiyasha nita pita me balvan vidhi. He says, how is it possible that this small fellow Shalva has taken away my father who was under the protection of Balram. Balram, who is very alert and who cannot be conquered by any Deva or any Asura. It is not possible. But if this is true, what I am hearing, that shows that fate is most powerful. So, in front of fate, nothing works. Bhagyam phalati sarvatra na parusham na cha vikrama. So everywhere there are so many statements about bhagya also. That like Vishnu is all powerful, but he does not have a good bed to sleep. He is sleeping on a snake. I mean, who sleeps on a snake? So he is supposed to be. Why is it? Because of the fate. So then Shiva, who is full of all riddhi siddhi, then he is going with a begging bowl, and he has no home to live. So this is, everybody has their own fate. So therefore Krishna is also saying this is Balvan Vidhi, that in front of fate there is nothing you can do. So whatever has to happen will happen, and that what doesn't have to happen will never happen. So iti bruvane govinde saubharat prati upasthita vasudevam evaniya krishnam chedeva vasa. So when Krishna was speaking like this, then suddenly Shalva appeared there, and he had Vasudeva under his control, Krishna's father. And then he spoke to Krishna as follows. This is what he said. Esha te janita tato yadartham iha jivasi vadishye vikshata te mum ishaschet pahi balishaha. So he says that, O kid, he's calling him like a child, Krishna. It also means ignorant, foolish. That look, this is your father who gave birth to you, and you live because of him. And now I'm going to kill him right in front of your eyes. And if you have any power, you can protect him. Isha Shet Pahi Balisha. Let me see what you can do to protect him. I'm going to kill him. So Janita Janita Evam Nirbhritsya Mayavi Khadgena Nagdundhuve Utkritya Shira Adaya Swastham Shobham Samavishat. So after mocking Krishna in this manner, he took a sword and cut off Vasudeva's head right in front of Krishna. And then taking that head in his hand, he went up in the sky and entered into his plane, as if he has achieved his job. Tato muhurtam prakrito pupulutaha svabodhaste svajananusangataha mahanubhavastad buddhyada surim mayam sasalva prasritam mayoditam. So seeing this Krishna as if he was completely submerged in grief, like Prakrita Upuluta. And although he is omniscient, he is always situated in his knowledge, and he has great affection for his father. He is most powerful. So then he understood what is it after some time. He says this is the demoniac illusion created by Shalva, which he has learned from Maya Danava. Remember, this plane was also made by Maya by the blessing of Shiva. When he has performed austerity to please Shiva by eating dust every day. Prakrito manusa svabhave upulataha vyaptaha. So Krishna became subdued or immersed in the human-like nature. Sushtu abodhasanaste, he knows everything. Tadanantaram tu sa mahanubhavas tat sarvamasrim mayam salvena prasritam prayuktam. But after that great person, Sri Krishna, he understood that this is the Maya of Shalva. Mayat uditat abudhyata. And he understood that this has been created by, this has been taught to him by Maya Danava. So as Vishwanath Chakravarti said earlier, that these slokas are actually not composed or not spoken by Sukadeva himself. But these are also included in Bhagavatam. Why are they included in Bhagavatam? Because some people who don't accept Krishna as God, they also get some masala. That look, even he fell into illusion. If he is God, how can he fall into illusion like this? न तत्र दूतं न पितुः कलेवरं प्रबुद्ध आजौ समपश्यदच्युतः स्वाप्नं यथा चाम्बरचारिणं रिपुं सौभस्तमालोक्य निहन्तुमुद्यतः. So then suddenly Krishna saw that there was nothing there. There was no messenger. The robot disappeared. There was no Vasudeva. There was no body of Vasudeva there. So everything appeared just like when you come out of the dream and you see that whatever you have been dreaming, in the dream a tiger is chasing you. Sometimes you dream like that, there is a tiger running behind you and you try to run, but you cannot run very fast and he's still coming. And then you get up and then you see that you are lying on your bed. So you have a sigh of relief. So everything disappeared just like a dream. And swapnam yathacha ambar charanam. And then he saw that Salva was on his plane, this airship, moving around, ambar charanam ripam sabhastamaloke. And then Krishna decided, okay, now it's enough. Now I have to kill him. Ateva na tatratyadi swapnam swapna prapancham yatha. So there was no prapancha, nothing of that type was there. Evam vadanti rajarse rishya kecha nanvitaha yatsva vacho viruddheta nunam tena smaranti utaha. So Sukdev says that, dear Parikshit, some people speak like this about Krishna, that he fell into illusion, etc., not thinking what has been said earlier, what was said later. Means people who speak in an incoherent manner. So when Shastra is there, one of the things is that it is coherent. That is one of its characteristic. Not like ordinary people, that they write one thing in one place and then they contradict themselves in another place. So Shastra is not like that. So those people who speak like this, they contradict themselves. Svavacho viruddheta. Then they forget that to speak like this about Krishna contradicts their own words, where he has been spoken that he is Swam Bhagavan, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Or when so many people are prayed, Brahma has prayed, Indra has prayed, right? Varuna prayed. So they forget all these prayers. And even Mother Devaki prayed when he appeared. So all this is forgotten, and then they speak this kind of statement. So he says this is not true, what has been described here, and this obviously is not his opinion. Evam parmatam upanasya nirakaroti evam iti. So now he says why these slokas are not the opinion of Sukadeva Goswami. He says this is paramata. This is shown by the evam vadanti. So this word evam vadanti shows this, that it is not his. Kecha kechan. So kecha means kechan. Some people are like that. So now this is a very tricky word here. So you can also make this as kechan anvita and kecha na anvita. So that will give just the opposite meaning. So kecha kechan nanvita purva para anusandhan rahita. So nanvita means who do not speak coherently, who do not harmonize what has been said earlier and what is being said now. Tadevaha yat svavacho viruddheta viruddheran iti tan na anusmaranti. That they contradict their own words and they forget what they have said. Tathahi na tavad rajsuyartham ramena sahagata Krishna. For example, Balram did not go to Rajsuya along with Krishna because it was said earlier, as he cites here, Sankarshanam anugyapya iti purva muktat. Because when Krishna was leaving, he took permission from Balram that I am going, please you take care of the city when I am gone. So that means Balram did not go. But now it was said that Arya Mishra Susangata, that he came here, he ayata along with Arya Mishra Balram. That's not true unless you have to give some other meaning to Arya Mishra, but there is no other person who is respectable to Krishna there, senior to him. Tatasya Arya Mishra visangata iti tair varnata kritnoktam katham sangachata. So he says how these two statements can be harmonized. That in earlier statement it was said that Krishna took permission from Balram to go to Rajasuya Yajna. And then in the later on, just few slokas earlier, it was said that Krishna is thinking in his own mind, oh, I have come here along with Balram. So they cannot be matching. Yadiva kashtena sangachatam nam tada punarapi katham ramam asambhrantam jitva jayam surasurai iti krishnoktam upadyatam iti. And even if somehow we can assume that, okay, Krishna went along with Balram, but then if he went along with Balram, then he is coming back with him. So now how he is speaking that, how is that this Salva was able to get Vasudeva, who is under the protection of Balram, and he cannot be defeated by Sura or Asura, because that is only possible if Balram is not gone, or it is clearly stated that they came together, but Krishna went to fight and Balram went. So it is not going to happen like that. If they are coming together, then both will go and fight. Like when Jarasandha came, then both will come out, fight. So he did not say like that. So that's why it does not make sense. So we'll stop here. So that's why I said that up to sloka number 29, those are not spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. Because later on also he is further going to speak about Krishna's greatness, that how great he is. So how can he fall into this kind of illusion, and Salva can do this time. Okay, Gustavo.
Pranam Babaji. So, in the Gita class, you talked about how however someone approaches Krishna, that's how he reciprocates. And so you were saying, like, some people read the stories and, they want it to be a myth, so it's a myth. But as a bhakta, like, is this for, we're reading this or listening to this for, like, morality or theology? Or as you said, like, the devas are watching it unfold just for entertainment? Like, what should be our mood, I guess?
No, about what?
Like listening to these stories.
Well, it depends. You can just relish it, the pastimes of Bhagavan, Leela Sravan, Nam Sravan, Rup Sravan, Gun Sravan, Leela Sravan. So these Krishna's pastimes, so you can enjoy them, relish them, yes, as a devotee. That Krishna performs all these activities, how he gives protection to his devotees. And as he says in Bhagavad Gita, because that's just few slokas earlier he said that Paritrana sadhunam vinasha cha duskritam. So he comes to protect sadhus and destroy the asuras. So that's what he is doing. So that there he says it himself, and here it is being shown how he is doing it. Sandeep.
So, for a normal human being, going into illusion is...
Going into what?
Getting into illusion is getting confused, or getting into illusion is like if you go and watch a magic show, you find those things real, but actually they are not real that way. Like Bhagavan's Narlila is glorified, but why this part of like he is acting as a human being here, but this part is like it is not Sukadev's opinion, is from 21 to 29. So this why this thing is, I am not able to get this point. Because even otherwise his Narlila is glorified as a normal human being, like he getting afraid from Mother Yashoda's stick when she is running behind him. and other
So-
things also like it's. So what is
So
the
you-
difference? Can you please explain the difference?
So there is no difference if he gets defeated by his devotees or if he gets defeated by the asuras. Is it same?
No, then it's different.
So Narlila doesn't mean that now asuras come and eat him up.
Okay.
There is a question from Parmananji. He asks, there seems to be some equivalence in the event between Lord Pradyumna fainting in the battle and Ravana fainting in the battle. It seems the Lord is sometimes
Ravana fainting in battle. Okay.
It seems the Lord is sometimes pleased to accept the same situations he puts his devotees through. What are we to learn from the Lord performing such pastimes?
So why you think that he is imitating his devotees' pastime? That is your conclusion. Why should he imitate any pastime? I don't understand. It's not imitating. He's performing. I mean, you can say that when it is coming to Krishna, we are saying that it is not possible. When it is happening to Pradyumna, we didn't say like that. Right? Because Pradyumna is also expansion of Krishna. He is equally powerful. So, but because here the supremacy of Krishna's or his Śrīmad-Bhāgavata is being shown, so that's why it is shown like that. Although there are many avatars and they are all God, they all have power to kill any demon. But just to show here, Krishna is the hero like you see Indian movies. Right? That there is a hero and there may be people from hero's side, so they may get hurt or anything, but hero never gets hurt. Right? That's the rule of Bharatanatyam. Nothing can happen to hero. So that's
So
why.
I think it will be Lakshman fainting, not Ravan fainting. Lakshman fainting.
That's why I don't know. He said Ravan fainting. I don't remember. Lakshman fainted by Meghnad's Shakti, but Ravan I don't know. Maybe.
Babaji.
Yes.
So at this point, I was just I just noticed, as I was reading in Ramayana, that when Ravana was fighting Sri Ram, he was attacked by several Vibhishanji and Jambalji and Hanumanji and all these personalities. And they hit him so hard that he also fainted. And he left the battlefield because the charioteer was fearful for his life.
Yeah, but
And
now
then he came up again.
each incident you cannot take what is to be taught by this. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a war going on. So now somebody faints, somebody gets hurt, somebody gets arrow, somebody is hit. So now you say, well, what is the education from this? So I don't know what to say about that. It's a war going on, what do you expect in the war? It's not a feast. Somebody is not throwing a laddu at you. Here is a gulab jamun, please take it. And these are arrows coming, So you can get hit and faint. And when you say that now Krishna is imitating the pastime, as if he is making a show of it. It's not like that.
Thank you.
Okay.
It is not said that Balram is not invited for Rajasuya. I mean, it is said Lord Krishna left Balram and others for his first visit to Indraprastha. And then he tells them to conquer all the kings. Then they also send the invitation for Rajasuya all over the world, right? Then Yadus also will come. But Balram may also come, right? Then there will be no
but he may come, but he did not. This was already described there that he did not go. I mean, if invitation comes, you live in a house, you're in a family, and there is a marriage, suppose your maternal uncle and son is getting married. So now you think everybody will go? Some people will go, some will stay back, because obviously the house also has to be taken care of. Everybody cannot go.
I was thinking because what Sukadeva Goswami is saying is only the part that Krishna is lamenting or he is being illusioned. Only that part is wrong, but not the entire story is what I was thinking.
No, we are not saying entire story is wrong, only
because
that part.
he pointed out Balram contradiction. So that was what I
from
was
that onwards, and this getting into illusion. So that out of that,
this is okay, but the story part I was thinking it may be true, but only this part may be wrong, that Krishna is...
story part, of course, the fight is going on between Shalva and Krishna, that is true.
Yeah. So we cannot say entirely that is wrong.
No, he's not saying entirely, he's only talking about these slokas. From 21 to 29.
Yeah.
Okay.